Hey, what's going on, everybody? You already know who it is. It's your boy, BT. Hope you're having a great day today. One of the biggest fights in the welterweight division that, a lot of people want to see, American and obviously British fight fans want to see, is Amir and Keith Thurman. Two of the best talents in the division, really. They've been talking trash for a while. Obviously, they're both Haymon fighters, so the fight's gonna be incredibly hard to make because Haymon doesn't make a lot of fights with guys who are his own fighters, especially like bigger it'd be really hard for them to make that fight happen. But for the sake of just talking about the sport of boxing, it's a fight that I feel needs to happen. Thurman has constantly said, "Oh, Khan needs to prove himself at 147." Khan is the most overrated fighter in the world. I just say shut up and just get in the ring. Obviously two really skilled fighters. Khan has some of the best, most fastest hands you'll ever see in boxing, and then Thurman is one of the better knockout artists in the sport right now. And then when you look at Thurman's last fight against Bundu, who has a really awkward style, he showed other dimensions that he could actually box. So when you see the different dimensions of Thurman, and then you see how sensational Khan looked in his last fight and how much better he's gone as a fighter under Virgil Hunter, you gotta want that fight. I don't see why you wouldn't want that fight to happen. It'd be really exciting. It's something that really, for the clarity of the welterweight division, needs to happen, because if the Pacquiao Mayweather fight does happen, and let's say one of them wins convincingly, and let's just say Floyd or Manny, whoever. If one of them wins convincingly and there's not a second fight, then whoever would win this matchup, between Khan, Thurman, would fight Manny or Floyd, and that'd be another really big fight, because you'd have one of the biggest young fighters versus one of the better older fighters. So it's a fight that needs to happen. Haymon needs to find a way to make this fight happen, because just Thurman constantly talking about how he's going to do this to Khan, and Khan is overrated, and Khan doesn't have the fastest hands in the world, and all this stuff. He has a glass jaw. There's plenty of stuff. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both fighters. I don't really like Thurman or Khan one more than the other. Maybe I like Thurman a little more because he's American, and maybe I'm a bit biased towards the American fighters, but I like Khan as well. So there's no really, I don't need favorites in the fight. If the fight were to happen, at this juncture, I would probably pick Khan, because he's been in the ring with better opposition. Thurman's never really fought, any notable opposition. Bundu is probably his most notable fight that just happened, and Bundu is B- level fighter. So when you look at that, it like that, Khan fought Dylan Alexander, who's been a two-time champion in like 2 different weight classes. So and to see him, who's had a huge reputation as a glass jaw fighter and can't live up to the hype, for him to go in the ring, his first real fight as the main event in the MGM Grand, something that's big for any fighter, but it was his first time as that attraction. He was the guy that was headlining the bill. For him to do that against Devin Alexander, make a pretty good fighter look like a journeyman, basically. It says a lot, and you could see Floyd as scared of Amir Khan. Before the fight, that fight happened, Floyd was like, "Oh, I want to fight Amir Khan. He's a tough young lion." All the stuff Floyd says when he fights guys he knows can beat. Then he saw Alexander fight, and now he changed his tone, and he wants to focus on Pacquiao. So, it'd be a great fight. Love to see it happen. Let me know what you guys think. Would you like to see a Keith Thurman Amir Khan matchup? Khan has to prove himself. Thurman says a lot of crazy stuff, but he is right that Khan does need to prove himself at 147. He's a proven fighter at 140, not so much at 147. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe.